Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden Shay, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
J-Dub.
And welcome to the United States of Paranormal.
Hello.
So, if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're a longtime listener, welcome back. We know who our longtime listeners are. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And if you're coming over from the 1.3 million viewed documentary...
Dang!
I don't know if it quite made 1.3. I know it was somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. 1 million views, million plus views. That's unfucking believable.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's still going. Mm-hmm. I still got people texting me like, I just watched J-Dub's documentary. I'm like, holy shit, people. Hmm? You guys keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah. Go watch it again. Go to a different IP address and watch it again and now rack up another view. Have you talked to Austin since it hit 1 million or?
I told him congratulations, but he's busy working on his next story.
Right.
Yeah.
He
went to Arkansas for this one.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Wow. Good for him. Is it another version of a haunting, or is this something else?
I think so.
Right on. Very cool. He's getting the word out that a haunting is not really that legit. Mm-hmm. That's still something we need to do, though. We need to sit down with that and start going through it for our Patreon. I still got the DVD. It's right on my desk. I know exactly where it is. I just need to figure out how to get it over into the digital world, and so we can sit down and do a Patreon of the commentary.
That ain't right. No.
Is that cornflakes? Cornflakes
and black face paint. And a rocking chair that didn't exist.
It's true. I did bring, it was interesting. It was last night or the night before I'd brought it up to see how many views you were up to. And, on YouTube, when you got the thing right there, what you're watching, it gives you a whole list of other things to watch. And Eternal Grief was in the side over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I clicked on it, and that thing's only at like 46K.
Yeah, but it was only like 32 right before the documentary.
Really? So it picked up a few.
Yeah, and the comments over there are pretty funny too. I just watched the actual truth and on this ghost files and blah blah blah. And yeah.
Oh, I should have read deeper into it. I just saw it there, and I was like, oh, okay. I wonder how many views does it have? But I didn't go any deeper than that. Crazy. Mm-hmm. So what else has been going on?
Freezing.
Can somebody explain to me how we can go from legitimately a 70-degree day yesterday to mid-30s and snow today?
And tornadoes last night. It's Indiana.
Yeah, that's your explanation
that's the only
right there.
Explanation.
So how was the weather at your place last night?
It was pretty sketchy.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, I have PTSD from that one tornado, straight line winds, whatever it was, that took my horse shelter that has been there for 8 years since we've lived there or whatever, and it just flung it into the farmer's field across over our
Went over the fence.
Yeah.
Ba-doom, ba-doom. Yeah. That was last year, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
That or the year before, I don't remember. But yeah, so I couldn't see it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it's gone," because it was raining hard and hailing and windy. And then I looked again, and I was like, "Oh no, it's there. Okay, good."
That's when the super cat was out, right? The cat was flying around.
Yes. There goes Mona. Is she running? Oh my god! I meant like, is she running to the house or like not tumbleweeding or flying? He's an idiot. God love him.
Oh no, we do. We love him a lot.
Yeah.
He definitely keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, he does. I think I do him though too.
Well, that's the way it should be. Do you keep me on my toes?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How about you, Roger Chick? What's been going on besides work?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
That's kind of sketch, really.
It is.
Yeah.
Really.
Nothing at all. Well, I had like 2 TVs and my bracket up as we start March Madness. I'm pretty sure Clemson just lost. So,
nobody cares.
Busted that bracket. After the Louisville.
What did you have them winning it all?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's you just, when you sit down and do it, you want them to get them all right. You're like, you want to be like fantastic at it. Well, I don't even follow college basketball at all until it becomes tournament time. And I don't really follow it that much. There's too much fucking space in between it. Because like this, starting today, which is a Thursday, you have all these games through the night. And then there's a whole shit ton of games on Friday and a whole shit ton of games on Saturday. And they'll bounce brackets. I mean, it'll go to, I don't know, down to the Sweet 16 or whatever. And then you sit and wait. And you wait for another week before they start the bracket up again. And it's like, why don't we space this out a little bit more so you just get it throughout? I don't understand it. There's a lot of things I don't understand about sports and how they have it set up. Just don't get it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Last week I did a guest spot on the Gridiron Kings.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We talked about the free agent frenzy which is going on in the NFL. Spent a lot of time talking about like Aaron Rodgers and what we think he should do, and all these young quarterbacks coming out of the draft, and some of them that are still in it, and so that was a lot of fun. So go check out Gridiron Kings. Come out on the 21st. So I hope if the producer got it out in time. I'm not the producer, so I'm not even talking about me.
No.
What else have we been up to? See, it's not just nothing but Rocker Chick. We do things.
We do.
We do things.
We enjoyed the weather for when it was nice. We got the deck clean, but didn't get it stained because it wasn't nice enough to stain it. So.
Well, and it also took us like 2 days to really power wash that thing down and get it looking good. Take all the shit that we got on it off, It's like we weren't thinking about, hey, we're going to have to move all this shit when we decide to stain it.
True.
So we power washed like after work and one night when it was 70 degrees. And then, of course, I think I had Golden Age recording the next night. And then Friday night, we get back to it. And both nights, it's like we're just brushing dusk as we're trying to finish up. So it took relatively 2 days to power wash the whole damn thing. And we kept having to take turns because both our hands started hurting from squeezing the fucking trigger. Apparently, my power washer doesn't have a lock where I can just lock it in and spray.
Oh.
He wouldn't have taken turns, but he was afraid people would drive by and see me doing it and then be like, Jeremy, why does Bobby do everything?
Oh, is that why you posted on Snapchat a picture of him
working?
doing it?
Yeah. Yep. Gotta have proof.
Did I ever tell you that story? Did I ever tell you that story when we first got here, when we first moved into this place for the first 10 years? The mowing of this 5-acre property that we have had to be done by the rocker chick. I would come home days and be like, oh, I'll mow for a while until she gets home. And then she would get angry at me because I was on her mower.
So, yeah.
She would be like, that's not your job, that's my job, get off that fucking mower. I'm like, okay. And people would drive by and be like, the fuck, Golden Jay? You can't fucking mow your own yard? Your wife has to do it? And this was 10 years. People would call me or text me, seeing your wife mowing the yard again.
And we had a neighbor at one point that helped me mow. He would come over on his lawnmower and we'd both be mowing.
To be fair, we did have 2 lawnmowers and we spent a lot of time fixing either one or the other. You know, how lawnmowers go. When you kind of buy cheap lawnmowers, you spend a lot of time fixing cheap lawnmowers.
Well, Sean showed me how to use our lawnmower, right?
Uh-huh.
And I mowed like maybe 3 times, and then he won't let me do it anymore. I guess my lines aren't straight enough or something.
You got to have those straight lines.
No.
I couldn't mow a fucking straight line if you fucking mapped it out for me.
Yeah, me neither.
It's terrible. I look at my lines, I'm like, that definitely curves to the left. Don't drink and mow. That's all I'm saying. Your lines will be straight.
No, they won't.
So now when people drive by and they see the big deck, oh, the rocker chick must have built a deck for them.
We know she did.
Yeah. Now it's going to be like, I'm serious. I'm like, give me that back. I need to power wash for a while in case anybody drives by. I don't think it still worked. I think somebody still drove by and texted me, saw your wife out working on the deck. It's terrible, man.
So are you still the mower?
No. He bought a 0-turn and I can't drive those things.
Oh, yeah.
If he'd buy me a regular mower, yes, I would still mow because I enjoy it.
Yeah, I did too. Get a little bit of a tan.
Oh, yeah, I bring out all of this while I'm out there. Boom! I could land airplanes in my fucking yard with this bad boy from the reflection. Just over here.
You don't blind the people driving by?
Some days. Which reminds me, I swung up to our local gas station on my way home from work to get some gas because I realized I got about 40 miles left on my tank. And I pull in, and our favorite pump is broke. It's got the big red bag over the handle. So I pull in the side, and I'm coming back around to get in behind this pickup truck, and I see this piece of shit. And when I say piece of shit, this fucking car was missing pieces. It was a ragtop, like little Mazda looking thing, you know, little 2-seater. The fucking ragtop was just shredded. I mean, it didn't look like it had a passenger window in it. And it's cold out, you know, so you know the window's not down. And the back is all the plastic is busted off the ground effects. And it looked like it had been spray painted. And as I pulled up in to get around to get behind this pickup truck waiting on the gas stall, I just noticed this thing. It comes up to the fucking 4-way stop right there. And I'm like, wow, what is that piece of shit? And I look over to see, oh, the guy's going to get in the truck. I'll just go around over to this side and come back in behind him. And all of a sudden I hear this. And this motherfucker is doing donuts in the middle of the fucking 4-way stop.
Oh, my God.
And the 3 cars sitting at the other stop sign are all just sitting there staring at him. And then he fucking took off down the road.
Oh, my God.
It's like,
Probably some
really?
dumb kid.
It has to be. So if you listen, and this is you, it's United States Paranormal at gmail.com. Then what's up with your piece of shit? Piece of shit. Did anybody listen to Golden 80s Cheers episode? Just checking. Nobody in this room.
I never watched Cheers.
You weren't a Cheers girl?
No.
It doesn't hold up. Don't watch it now. You'll be so pissed. It's just when he threatens to fucking bounce her off every wall in his fucking office, I was like, yep, I'm done. No more. I can't do it. Mason reached out to me. He's like, I can't believe he didn't like Cheers.
Well, he likes Golden Girls, too.
He does. He actually said he really liked the episode. I thought me and Frankie did a great job. And I love hearing from Mason. And he's always a avid listener of everything in the Golden Mojo Empire.
Yep.
So, all right. Anything else? Anybody got a question of let me ask you this or whatever the hell we call it? I didn't even think about it. I've been too busy doing some other things.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
You got a stupid joke?
Nope. Do you?
I do.
All right.
Did I ask you? What do you call a dog that does magic? It's a labracadabrador.
A labracadabrador?
You said a stupid joke. There you go.
I didn't say stupid joke. You did.
Oh, I did. Anything else, though, we need to cover before we get into today's story?
No.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm just saying it might be a shorty today, ladies and gentlemen.
Shorty.
It's a shorty. It's a shorty, but I'm going to take you down to Mississippi.
Ooh.
You guys ever been to Mississippi?
No.
No.
Liar.
Yes. Drove through it?
We drove through it.
See, I mean,
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Well, there's a place down there called Yazoo, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always kind of wanted to go to Yazoo, Mississippi.
There's a golden Mississippi, too. Did you know that?
Please hold while we pause the podcast and I go look up Golden, Mississippi. No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
They have anything exciting in it?
Baymont's there, which is our other
No shit.
facility that makes bathtubs.
I've heard of Golden, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they make
Mississippi.
Coors beer. Coors beer. No, Yazoo, Mississippi was the home of a comedian that I used to listen to when I was growing up. Was it Jerry Flowers? God, it's been forever since I've even thought about him, but he always talked about Yazoo, Mississippi, and he always did it with that really thick Southern accent. It was always made it even funnier. But all right, we're heading down to Mississippi, and we're going to go to the McRaven House.
Ooh, wow.
McRaven was actually built in 1797 by Andrew Glass in a town called Walnut Hills, which is now Vicksburg, Mississippi. In the Civil War era, it was best known as the Bob House. That's double B. B-O-B-B. Bob. It was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places and such. So this place is pretty historic. McRaven got its current name from the street it is located on, which was formerly called McRaven Street, but now is Harrison Street. So really, all the history of this fucking house has been thrown out. Just saying. McRaven has been on the Mississippi Department of Archives and History's Historic Preservation list since January 8th of 1978. It is also believed by many to be haunted and has been called the most haunted house in Mississippi.
Whoa.
McRaven originally served in a way as a way station for pioneers en route to Nashville, Tennessee. It consisted of only a kitchen with one room above it. This part of the house is now known as the Pioneer Section. The house was purchased by John H. Bobb in 1849, and Bobb built the rest of the house in a Greek revival style. During the Civil War in 1863, at the Siege of Vicksburg, McRaven was used as a Confederate field hospital and campsite. Since it's located so close to the railroad, a major point of battle. The house was battered by cannon blasts from both the Union and Confederate forces. However, it still stands.
Wow.
Da-da-da. On May 18th of 1864, the wealthy John Bob, he sounds like a porn star. I'm sorry, John Bob. He picked up a brick and threw it at a group of the 46th USCI marching. Okay, let me rephrase that. He threw it at a group of the 46th USCI marching back to their regiment from picket duty. The brick hit U.S. Sergeant William Anderson in the head, fracturing his skull.
Wow.
Ouch.
Sergeant Anderson, in defense of the attack, shot Bob in the head
Wow.
and the bowels. I mean, if you're going to do it. In the bowels. I mean, does that mean they just shot him in the dick? Bang,
Oh,
bang.
and like the stomach.
Okay, fair enough. Resulting in Bob's death.
Well, I thought maybe he had his back to him and he shot him in the back of the head in his butthole. I don't know.
Sergeant Anderson was subject of a court-martial investigation, which found him not guilty of malice for shooting a citizen.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He
Well,
threw
I
a brick
mean,
at him.
Yeah. I mean, if you throw a brick and crack your skull,
FAFO.
yeah. Fuck around and find out.
Yep.
John's widow, Selena Bob, sold the house to a realtor in 1869 and moved to a family plantation outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, called Sunnydale, or Sunnyside. It's not Sunnydale. I got Sunnydale on the brain. Let's go, Bobbi. Have you watched Bobbi yet? No, nobody can hear you shake your head.
No. I want to, but, it would have to be when Sean's not home because he won't want to watch it.
Oh, well, it's got vampires and fighting and cool shit.
He doesn't like any of
All
that.
right. McRaven was eventually sold to William Murray in 1882.
Bill Murray?
I mean, he looks old now, but I didn't realize he was that old. Murray and his wife, Ellen Flynn, raised 4 daughters and 3 sons in McRaven. William Murray died at the house in 1911. His wife, Ellen, died there in 1921, and their daughter, Ida, died in 1946. And a son, unnamed, died in 1950. All in the McRaven. From this point on, William's daughter, Annie and Ella Murray, both unmarried, lived alone in the house with no modern conveniences aside from a telephone and no contact with the outside world except their doctor, Walter Johnson.
How'd they get groceries?
They had them door dashed. They had a telephone.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Doc brought groceries. I don't know. In 1960, Ella Murray died at the age of 81, and her sister Anna sold the house after moving to a nursing home. At this point, the house was in such disrepair that neighbors and nearby residents had no idea it existed. The upper story was completely overgrown with vines, and the sisters had resorted to chopping up the antique furniture for firewood. So they pretty much decimated the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, like I said, they didn't go out. They didn't do anything.
They were hermits.
Yeah, exactly. In 1960, McRaven was purchased by O.E. Bradway with cosmetic restoration. It was opened to the public for touring in 1961. The house was placed on the registry in 1979. Later that year, Bradway sold McRaven to some of the furnishings to Charles and Sandra Harvey for $75,000. After the spring pilgrimage, the Harveys closed the house and took on a year-long restoration at the cost of near $100,000. In 1984, the Harveys moved and sold McRaven to Leyland French for $275,000. The house was the headquarters for the Union oh my God, I can't say the word. Occupancy. Something like that.
People.
Of Vicksburg in July of 1863. Colonel Wilson, in command of the Union soldiers, and Captain McPherson, a former resident of the city, were quartered there. McPherson served as a liaison between the occupying troops and the townspeople. One night, he failed to return from his rounds and was declared missing. Then his mutilated apparition, dripping with water, appeared before Colonel Wilson and told his commander that he was murdered by the Confederate sympathizers and thrown into the river. McPherson's bloodied platoon... No, I'm sorry. McPherson's bloody phantom has appeared to several other occupants of the house since the Civil War. He is not the only ghost seen here. A specter of a woman in long brown hair and plain dress appear to be very reputable witnesses in the middle bedroom, and the ghosts of Civil War soldiers have been reported in the galley. The building was exorcised by I don't even know what that word is, by some fucking priest in 1991. But the uninvited house guests kept returning. I thought that was quite interesting, and I know it kind of falls into a weird spot in this story, but that was one of the first things I found about something that happened in that house, in that area. And I thought that him coming back to tell his commanders that he'd fucking been killed. Yeah. Like, yeah, they fucking killed me. So the house, I mean, it's what you think it is. It's got the big old pillars out front. I mean, it's a beautiful, small
old house.
But man, they got some shit going on in this place. So I did get into Reddit, and then I have a few things about the now owners and what they talked about. So are you ready to get into some of the stories that come out of? Mm-hmm. I only have a couple, but of course, you know, good old Reddit. I love you Reddit users, man. You guys are not afraid to fucking put shit out there. This comes from No Sleep on Reddit. I would like to state that I felt perfectly fine before Ray and I entered the house, but as the tour progressed, I began to feel sicker and sicker. With each room we passed through, I began leaning on Ray more and more for support, as I was beginning to feel short of breath and ready to pass out. We went up a flight of stairs, which led to a small hallway where some personal items from the Civil War was stored. I listened as best as I could to the lady conducting the tour, pointed to things, and explained a little about them. She showed us a small carriage made for a little girl's doll and explained how they would put it up at at night only to find it in another room the next morning. Then she pointed out an old medical stretcher that still had the blood stains on it from when McRaven was used as a makeshift medical hospital during the Civil War. Then the woman told us a story of a little boy who had passed out on the spot directly where my friend and I were standing during the tour once. By this time, I could barely stand on my own, and I was putting most of my weight on Ray, so I could imagine how that little boy must have felt. I knew I had to get out of that house. Although I felt bad about being unable to finish the tour, I told Ray that we needed to go because honestly, I felt like if I stayed there any longer, I was going to throw up. She could see that something was really wrong with me, and so she hastily helped me out of the house and back to my car. I sat in the car for about 5 minutes before I began to slowly feel better, and after about 10 minutes, my symptoms went away completely. I no longer felt sick to my stomach, and I could breathe again just fine. Although I never saw anything, something sinister was affecting my body that day. I have never felt like that before or since, and I will never go back to that house.
I wonder if it was because of all the
asbestos
pain and well, maybe pain and suffering and deaths that were in there, that they were feeling all of that emotion in one.
It could very well be.
Because they were probably like an empath or something.
Yeah.
Maybe just sensitive. I mean, just hypersensitive to something like that. We've talked to people like that where they're not necessarily in touch with the other side, but they definitely are.
Symptomatic.
Sensitive.
Sensitive.
I was gonna go with yeah.
All right, words are hard.
Sympathetic.
Sympathetic.
Yes. That was the word I was looking for.
Yay!
It's such a big word. Golden Jay learned a new word today. That's terrible. What the fuck's wrong with me? Take a number. This comes from Earth Dollars. It's a very short one. It says, I've been to the McRaven House in Vicksburg several times, and spooky things have happened to or around me every time. I know that Ghost Adventures did a really hokey episode on it, but don't let that discount the fact that it is one of the most frightening buildings I have ever been in. Not a lot going on there with that one. Pineapples won. They were on the tour when the tour guide was interrupted by knocking that me and my father heard talking as well as knocking, but my mother and both siblings only heard knocking. She thought it was more guests, but when she went to look, there was no one there. She checked the back door and there was no one there. Creepy 100%. Recommend going.
Knocking and talking.
Knocking and talking. Yeah.
It's a pretty house.
Yeah, I told you, it's a gorgeous little house. I mean, it's not really that big. But, I mean, it's a gorgeous little house.
Yeah.
All right, so Kendra Reed and her husband bought the home in 2015 and have since reopened it to the public. There has been things happen at the McRaven House that are not so easily explained. So this is from Kendra. So each person has their own experience. We've had a little toddler walking around who is learning to walk across the floor. Let me rephrase that. She's talking about an actual toddler. Okay? Mm-hmm. They had a toddler who was walking or learning to walk across the floor, holding an invisible hand, playing peekaboo with nobody in particular. Mm-hmm. We've had lights turn on and off, or not turn on or turn off. We've had batteries go out. It's just like a brand new cell phone battery. You walk in the house dead. All sorts of crazy stuff. In an old bedroom, I've seen a chair tilt back and slam forward. I've been scratched. Mr. Bob has shown himself to me twice. Once he appeared behind a tour I was giving. Another, I opened the door to find him standing there.
Ooh.
In the 1836 bedroom, a door in the armoire opened and shut itself in front of a tour group.
Oh, boy.
Another time in the same room, I was talking about Mary Elizabeth Howard, and as I was talking, an impression was made on the bed as if someone sat there.
Oh.
It remained until I stopped talking about her. One other time I walked into the same room to find a teenage girl looking out the window. She heard me, then turned and disappeared. Alarms go off in the middle of the night. It's constant. So let's just say that I took a break one day and was sleeping on the sofa in the entryway. I woke up to find Mr. Bob looking down, staring at me.
Ew.
As if I was one of those soldiers that led him to his death.
She's lucky he didn't throw a brick at her.
I quit. I quit. No, I guess this was somebody else that wrote this. I quit on the spot and never returned to the house. So that's not the owner. I got the stories are crazy when it comes to who's telling them. You have to forgive me. Of course, unknown cigar smoke that can be smelled from time to time, along with rose and lilac scented perfumes.
Better not be Old Spice.
Yeah, can't be Old Spice. Take a thing. And of course, Grace Bailey, a tour guide at McRaven, says she has encountered abnormal situations all the time inside the home. I've heard voices in the back of the house. I'd be cleaning and I'd move furniture over to one part of the room, and then I'd turn around and it's in a completely different spot than where she put it.
Dang.
So, listen, I don't know, man. The McRaven House does not sound like it disappoints if you guys go. Mm-mm. And it sounds to me even like when the tours are going on, there's still stuff. I'm dropping stuff. Don't mind me. There's still stuff going on while they're giving the tours. So, I mean, you know how a lot of the tours, you take and nothing ever really happens? Not apparently at the McRaven House in Vicksburg, Mississippi, baby. Mm-hmm. So there you go. There's a story of the McRaven House.
Very good.
I liked it. That house is really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it decorated up on the inside really, really nice. So the old style.
Yeah.
They make it look like it's good from back in the late 1800s.
And they did a lot of work to it, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, can you imagine with the two daughters just letting it go awry? And, yeah, they've done a lot of work if it was about to collapse anyway. So.
Yeah. I guess probably none of that, or maybe most of it, all the furniture from the house is gone since they use it for firewood. Yeah,
I would imagine most of what you're seeing in those pictures is probably stuff that they bought and refurbished to put in there. It may not be original by any means. So, all right.
That's good.
I thought it was pretty cool. Not bad for a house that nobody really has ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
But it is listed in the directory as the most haunted house in Mississippi.
Yeah, so I saw that when I looked up the house.
Yeah, crazy. Mm-hmm. I've never heard anybody talk about it. But now, our TUSOP listeners, you guys know a little bit more about it. You guys go check it in. If you're down in Mississippi, we want to hear from you. United States Paranormal at gmail.com. Have you ever been to the house? What's your story?
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yay. Want to know.
All right, guys. I guess we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
Got anything you want to add?
I don't.
Okay. Thank you, listeners, for coming over from the documentary, and the ones that I know are longtime listeners, our numbers are up, and we're so much appreciated, and we hope you guys stick around and
go buy merch.
And keep enjoying the show, and go buy merch at the UnitedStatesOfParanormal.com. All the good stuff. You got your celestial stag. You got your great white bald beaver.
Yeah.
Woo.
You've got your golden oldies.
Yep.
And you got your original Haskins. And also the Casper ghost is there. So go check it out. UnitedStatesParanormal.com. All right, guys. Until next week, keep it spooky, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at UnitedStatesOfParanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, The Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze, all of which can be found at goldenmojoent.com or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.